Hey guys, what's going on? This is level 10 game reviews, and this is going to be my first review. This is for Mass Effect 1, a game developed by BioWare. This came out back in 2007, November I think it was, 2007. Um, for those of you who don't know, BioWare, they're the people that came out with Knights of the Old Republic 1. They also came out with Baldur's Gate. They've done Dragon Age. They've done, you know, a lot of games, and they're working on a MMO called Star Wars: The Old Republic. But we'll get to that later. Let's see what the character creation is like. So let's start a new career. Gonna connect to database.
Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Alright, so we've got 3 options we can choose right now. Enter a new ID, select an existing ID, or just pick straight up John Shepard. And if you just pick that, you can't customize anything at all about your character. What you see is what you get. This is it. If you look right here on the right hand side of the screen, if the guy, this is exactly what your character will look like. He'll be a soldier. He'll look exactly like this. His name will be John Shepard. So I highly recommend that you do not pick this. Do not pick the top one. I suggest you enter a new ID or select the existing ID if you already beat the game. Right here, this is custom male, custom female, quick start male, quick start female. You know, gender is obviously up to you. I'd highly recommend going with custom male because quick start, again, really doesn't let you customize your character. So we're going to go custom. You can change your first name in this game, but the last name has to stay the same. You can't change your last name at all. It has to be Shepard. So I don't really care about the first name, so we're just going to go past that. This happens every time you create a custom character. It goes through all this computing stuff.
Warning.
Data corruption.
Please reconstruct.
So you gotta hit reconstruct profile right here.
Confirm pre-service history.
Now this is basically your background before you join the military. Did you come from Earth? Were you from a colony on another planet, or were you always in space? Were you raised in space by your parents? Some NPCs will actually bring this up in the game, so just choose which one sounds most appealing to you. Doesn't really matter to me since I've already beaten the game, so I'm gonna go with colonist. This is what you're renowned for. When you start the game, your character is already famous for something, and it's one of these 3 things.
Confirm military specialization.
So I went with War Hero, and there's Soul Survival, and there's Ruthless. Ruthless means that basically your character will get the job done no matter what it takes. So that's good if you're an evil character. War Hero is that you know, you're brave and courageous. You survived impossible odds during an attack, and you saved your fellow soldiers. Soul Survivalist means that you survived an attack that killed everybody else, and only you survived, and no one knows how. Now here are your classes. You got Soldier, Engineer, Adept, Infiltrator, Sentinel, and Vanguard. Soldier is your gun-ho kind of guy. He has all the best guns, the best armor. He's probably gonna have the highest amount of health, and he'll be the hardest to take down in a firefight. Engineer, that's your tech-savvy guy. He gets a bunch of tech powers. He doesn't get very much armor or guns, but his tech powers is what defines him. Adept is the same thing except with biological powers, which I'll talk about later. Infiltrator, that's your sneaky kind of guy. He has a couple tech powers, but he mainly stealths around, and he's good if you want to play like a sneaky kind of sniper class. Sentinel, These guys are like a hybrid between an adept and an engineer. They're like half biotic, half tech power specialists. Uh, they can't have very many guns, but I haven't really played one. I'm going to play one in sometime in the future. Not sure when. And then there's the Vanguard. He's kind of a cross between a adept and a soldier. He gets access to more guns than any other class except the soldier, and his biotic powers can come in handy. I played through the game as this in the first one. In the first game I played as a Vanguard, didn't really like it that much, but in the second game the Vanguard gets way improved. So you might want to check out a Vanguard in the second game, but if you're just starting out, I'd highly recommend a soldier.
Confirm facial identification.
And then you can go with the default face appearance, or you can change your appearance. I prefer the default, and I'll show you why. See, that's right. Yeah, that right there is why. Pretty ugly, I would say, but I mean, you can customize it. Some people can get creative and do some cool stuff, but I just like the default appearance myself.
Identification. Profile reconstruction.
And then you gotta look over everything, make sure everything's final, and then you just hit enter.